everyone, Miranda here. Gonna do a video in the car because I'm chilling with the little ones. They're passed out. This one's awake. He just woke up. Hi, brother. So he just woke up, but we're gonna let them sleep because it's been a long day. Right, hasn't it? So I thought in this video we would talk about the clinical portion of getting accepted into the program, because this is another question that a lot of people ask me. Because WGU, there is two parts. You get accepted into the pre-licensure part, and then you get accepted into the BSN RN part. And it's nothing to be scared about. A lot of people get scared. Why should I get into this program and do 6 months of classes if I'm not going to get into the second portion? Well, that is, that's the thing. If there are only 12 students in your cohort, as long as you're keeping your mentor appointments, and you're doing your classes on the pace that you're supposed to and finishing them up before the last day of your term, and you haven't had to retake tests multiple times, you should be fine. You should be A-okay, as long as there's 12 people in your cohort. The only time that they will consider students amongst each other is if there are more than 12 students in your cohort. I think this has only happened once. They try to only accept 11 or 12. Most cohorts only have 10 students. But it can happen. And if that's the case for your cohort, then these factors will be a big deal in your consideration to move on. So they'll take in how many times you've taken a test. They'll take in if you've missed any of your mentor appointments and just rescheduling them or not answering them. They'll take into consideration if you're finishing your classes on time, and your Complio requirements. So let's talk a minute about, I know we did a video over how to get accepted into the pre-licensure portion, your admissions. So that was filling out your application, making sure you had everything ready, doing your intake interview, and then getting in. After you get accepted, you will do 6 months of a pre-licensure portion. This is where you do your classes like biochem, pharm, med dosage, stuff like that. And it's just a trial run. They really want to see, can you do online classes? And if you can, you get accepted, you move on to the clinical portion. If you can't, then you might have to reroute your nursing journey. So, with that being said, during your first 6 months, you will be required to get these things called Complio requirements ready for your clinical portion, which is your hepatitis B series, your varicella, your MMR, all your vaccines, your flu shot, your health insurance, a physical, and you want to have those done before you do your interview into the clinical part of the program. If you don't get those done and you're not able to, that could technically mess with your acceptance into the clinical part, into the clinical portion. Okay, so let's talk about after you've done your first 6 months, you've done everything you're supposed to do, you have your Complio requirements completed, what's going to happen? You're going to have an interview into the second portion of the program. Do not get scared. This interview is very simple. They're going to ask you questions about how your classes were, how you felt, just are you ready to be in the clinical portion? They're going to tell you a lot about the clinical portion of the program. You're going to have a chance to ask them questions. You're going to want to wear formal interview attire for this, and you want to have a background that's plain, nothing behind you, a space that's quiet, and you're going to have the nursing directors of the programs all on this screen in front of you. And as long as you've done everything you're supposed to do, you'll pass fine. It'll take about 2 weeks to get an acceptance letter. And once you're accepted, you start the clinical portion of the program. So yeah, that is the clinical portion of the program. It's when your program really tends to start. And if y'all have any questions about clinicals or labs that I didn't cover in this video, let me know down below. And y'all have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Bye.